Yeah, I did change, and I'm really glad I changed.
This one's wife, gathering crumbs from the successful in the Hamptons. Hello, I'm H.G. Tudor. There are some narcissists that are talented. There are some narcissists who are very intelligent and capable. You're listening to one right now. There are those narcissists that have talent. And so what the narcissism does is that it takes that talent and uses it to enable that narcissist to get the prime aims using that talent, those abilities, that intelligence, the charisma. And thus you have certain individuals who are brilliant at what they do, fantastic entertainers, innovative entrepreneurs, fantastic individuals with scintillating business acumen, charismatic and magnetic individuals that walk a path through life, drawing people to them, inspiring them. Thus, the narcissism, if you will, actually has something to work with, because that narcissist has an inherent ability which the narcissism then uses to control people, to draw fuel, get character traits and residual benefits. A lot of narcissists, however, are talent-free zones. And their narcissism is just as designed to seek the prime aims as a narcissist that has genuine talent, but doesn't have the advantage of inherent ability and talent to use. Thus, he needs to go and get it somewhere else. This is the process of character trait acquisition. This occurs as a consequence of the sense of entitlement of the narcissist, the absence of boundary recognition, the fact that the narcissist in effect is a non-person. They have no sense of self, and thus the narcissism creates a notion of self which is portrayed to the outside world, an image of success, an image of charisma, an image of talent, an image of ability, and thus by fabricating that, by taking it from other people, the purpose of it is to enable the narcissist to assert control over people, in effect to triangulate them with the charisma and ability and the talent for the purposes of control, drawing fuel, etc. This one's wife is a classic example of a narcissist that has no talent. She has a modicum of acting ability, both in terms of what her narcissism generates to act in a particular way towards people, and in a more formal sense, as she was a professional actress. Beyond that, she has nothing else. She's not particularly intelligent, she's not charismatic, she's average in looks, she's not a magnetic individual, she's not a fantastic public speaker, she isn't someone that comes up with brilliant and novel ideas. And thus, in order to help her get those prime aims, her narcissism causes her to take from other people. Thus, we have seen instances where she copied the 40 by 40 setup, even though that didn't actually go anywhere. We have seen where she has plagiarized other people's speeches. We've seen where she has taken ideas from other people and passed them off, in effect, as her own. The lifestyle brand of American Riviera Orchard, which is now over 4 months stalled, is clearly a rip-off of other lifestyle brands that have been created by people that have actually got ideas, talent, and they have put some industry into them. But with this one's wife, as you know, her narcissism wants to get to the prime aims, and to do so by the easiest route available. It helps to think of the prime aims as the destination. That's where the narcissism needs to take the narcissist to. He needs to get the narcissist to get that control, get that fuel, etc. And it creates a number of roads, freeways, to get there. And what it wants to do is get the most direct and fastest route to those prime aims, rather than going by the twisty-turny scenic route. This means that if the narcissism can rip off somebody else's idea to get to the prime aims, it will. If it means that the narcissist can plagiarize a section of a speech from someone else to get to the prime aims, it will cause the narcissist to do that. It will cause the narcissist to copy other people's ideas. And we've seen this repeatedly with this one's wife. Because she lacks that ability, she has to hunt around for those crumbs that her narcissism can bolt onto her construct to make it look like she's successful. And there's an excellent example of this facet of her narcissism in action as a consequence of the fact that she attended some summit in the Hamptons just recently. This is reported by page 6, which tells us, this one's wife joined a host of high-powered women at a summit in the Hamptons on Friday, sources tell page 6. The Duchess of Sussex, 42, attended the G9 Ventures Summer Summit, hosted by power broker Amy Griffin. We're told she flew in from Santa Barbara, California by private jet. Once again, the hypocrisy of her supposed eco-credentials, but she doesn't care, because the convenience of travelling by private jet and not having to be amongst the poors is more important than sustaining any argument with regard to environmental credentials. She apparently flew in with entrepreneur Jamie Kern-Lima, and sources say she'll be picking up tips for her new lifestyle business, American Riviera Orchard, which has yet to officially launch. The lineup of guests at the event included designer Misha Nonu and makeup guru Victoria Jackson. The annual event is held at the sprawling home Griffin shares with her husband, billionaire hedge funder John Griffin, a huge estate valued at over $13 million. The lineup of guests expected at the event included another Markle BFF, designer Misha Nunu, as well as Missy Robbins, the chef behind Williamsburg hotspots Leela and Mizi, makeup icon Bobby Brown, while Lima hosted a lunchtime interview with Griffin. Weight Watchers CEO Seema Sistani was on the guest list, joined by investor Kirsten Green. Lady Goop herself, Gwyneth Paltrow, was believed to be there, alongside A-lister Reese Witherspoon, who heads up the billion-dollar brand Hello Sunshine, Spanx founder Sarah Blakely, actress Laura Dern, and Katie Couric. Griffin helps guide early-stage startups and has coached brands including Goop, Athletic Greens, and Bumble. This one's wife, who reps did not return a page 6 request for comment, ran her own blog, The Tig, before meeting Prince Harry. She will, no doubt, be networking and soaking up all the tips she can get in preparation for her new venture at the summit. Thus, this one's wife attends the summit where she's scrabbling around for the crumbs from the actually genuinely successful. Many of the individuals who are in attendance have created their own brands. They have applied industry and hard work in order to get to the position that they have. This one's wife, as we all know, only received the prominence that she did as a consequence of the fact that she married a prince. She has sought to start a lifestyle brand and did so back in March, and other than a shitty Instagram landing page and a ridiculous video along with jam and dog biscuits, it's done the square root of fuck all since. All it has done is invite ridicule. Yet this one's wife, of course, believes that she should be rubbing shoulders with all of these successful people because her narcissism tells her, you're just like them. And yet, she isn't. She ran a blog, which made her some money, that got her some freebies. She was an actress on a show that was largely unheard of. And then she married a prince. Her sole claim to success is through marriage. Not that she likes that, but it's a fact. She doesn't deserve to sit at the same table as those that have applied themselves, that have utilized hard-earned image, for instance, Reese Witherspoon as a successful actress, to then cross-pollinate that into a successful brand endeavour, similar to the way that Gwyneth Paltrow has. And undoubtedly, both of those individuals would be looking down on this one's wife as some Janey come lately. We've seen in the past that Reese Witherspoon prefers Catherine, Princess of Wales, and I've reported regularly on the trolling that Gwyneth Paltrow has engaged in as she demonstrates her clear disdain for this one's wife. And thus, we see this one's wife attending this summit, believing that she fits in. Now, there'll be those that will say, oh, HG, you're being a little bit harsh. She's turning up for some tips for her business. Horseshit. She's turning up because she wants to be seen. She's turning up because she believes that she belongs with these individuals. She's turning up to try and get people to give her stuff so she doesn't actually have to do any work. The fact is that while she wants to follow in the footsteps of Martha Stewart and Gwyneth Paltrow and Reese Witherspoon, she doesn't have the ideas, the ingenuity, the ability, or the industry to do so. Nevertheless, her narcissism tells her to attend, and she does so simply picking up the crumbs. An individual that turns up, making it seem like she's part of the gang, when in actual fact, she's not. She attempts to inveigle her way into things once again, believing that she belongs. Her narcissism tells her that she does, because of her lack of boundary recognition and sense of entitlement. But all that happens is that people see an attendance such as this and think, why are you there? What have you got to offer? You're just there once again piggybacking off the success of other individuals as you crawl on your hands and knees trying to pick up the crumbs that fall from the top table. People see through this one's wife, and that's never going to change. All of this caused, naturally, by her narcissism. I'm HG Tudor. Thank you for listening.